neighbours. Everybody needs good neighbours with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbours should be there for one another. That's when good neighbours become good friends.
I hope that's not the situation's vacant column. I'd hate to think the company had a morale problem.
Did you fix it?
Well, yes and no.
Well, what's that supposed to mean? I'm sorry, but it's just you tried to buy off Morris before and it didn't work.
If you'll listen, I know you're worried about Susan and Sam and what might happen if the article gets printed. But don't give up just yet. It seems our Derek Morris hasn't been exactly honest with us. Oh, Disclosure magazine is in his name. But the money behind it is a very different matter. So I've spoken to his financiers and I made them an offer.
If we own the magazine, we can cancel the article.
And we can redirect the entire operation.
Oh, it's the perfect solution. But hang on, why did you say yes and no?
Well, Morris's silent partners haven't agreed yet. I'd say we've got a 50-50 chance.
So when will we know?
Well, this afternoon, one way or the other. My plans won't change, though. I'm still flying to France. The deal with Jack Lassiter won't wait.
Yes, but Rosemary, I mean, what if the answer remains no? What if he decides to go ahead and publish that article anyway? Guess I'll think of something.
Of course you will. You can be very resourceful when you've got your back to the wall. I've seen you handle these little obstacles before. I have every confidence.
Wished I did.
Gran, I need to...
Lucy, there is such a thing as excess baggage. Now, you're not walking on that plane with suitcases 50 kilos overweight.
But Gran...
And don't try to pull a fast one by putting some of that stuff back, because I'm going to check. Now, go and sit down and eat your lunch.
You coming to the airport to see me off?
I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Why don't you stay here and do my year 12 for me, and I'll go to France.
No way.
See?
Gran, in France, do they have the same food as us?
Well, that's one of the good things about travelling. You get to eat lots of different sorts of food.
Yeah, like snow.
Dad said I didn't have to eat them.
And frog's legs.
Oh, yuck!
Scott,
See?
you'll love it. Besides, I thought you were going to see Bradley, not to feed your face.
Yeah, but I still gotta eat. Do they have Vegemite?
I don't know.
What if they don't?
There are a couple of small jars in the cupboard. You can take them with you. Not now. Oh, Lucy, I didn't cook you lunch so that you could let it get cold. Oh, I give up. Snails. That's the first time I've seen you laugh since you arrived home. Rough morning?
Yep. Was it ever? Looks like I'm the school dunce.
Says who?
Oh, well, most of the new year 12 students. Gran, they don't know what it's like. That's their trouble. I hope they sweat the way I did. You know what? I was the only one to go back. The only one.
Scott, the teachers aren't giving you a hard time, are they?
No, they've been great.
Well, you were the only one to go back because no one else had that kind of courage. And once your schoolmates start sweating, as you put it, I'm sure they'll have no inclination to pick on you.
Yeah, well, I can wear it, Gran. It's just I feel like I'm being left behind, and now that Mike's had to move back home.
Well, that was his decision. You have to respect that.
But it's not fair that he has to miss out on uni.
Well, I'm sure his mother won't let him do that. Scott, we're very proud of you for going back. But if your work's going to be affected by these wretched juveniles singling you out...
You'll go to the headmaster and embarrass me, right?
Well, I wouldn't have put it quite like that.
I said I could handle it. After all the trouble I caused with those newspaper articles, I figure I'm just getting what I deserve anyway.
There must be some other way to apply a bit more pressure to force their hand to sell that.
Not that I can think of. I've spoken to just about everybody I know.
Good afternoon, Miss Daniels. Mr. Robinson, I'm sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if Jane is in the office.
Yeah, just go on in, Mrs Mangel.
Oh, thank you. I do hope you have a good flight, Miss Daniels.
Thank you. That woman. If you asked her what I bought from the duty-free, she could probably tell you. Oh, speaking of which...
If I could just find out who it was that told Morris.
Oh, if we're lucky enough to buy our way out of this one, don't start a witch hunt. Let sleeping dogs lie.
Oh, typical. He's out there drinking coffee while you do all the work.
Well, he is the boss.
Well, that's as it may be. Jane, I've got some wonderful news.
Really?
Mr. Harold Bishop will be boarding with us from now on.
What?
A bit extra. Might be just enough to keep the wolf from the door. Oh, the sleepless nights I've had.
You said you wouldn't take in boarders in a pink fit.
Oh, not those kind of boarders. But Mr. Bishop is quite different. He's completely respectable. And Jane, he comes from rural parts where they still understand old-fashioned values.
Like you do.
Yes, a kindred spirit.
That's interesting. About your respect for high morals, that is. 'Cause I've been wondering about that.
I beg your pardon?
Have you got your mail yet?
I've got some shopping to do, so I haven't been home. Why?
Well, I went home at lunchtime, and there's a letter for you. From Disclosure magazine. Now, why would such a scandal monger be writing to you, Nan?
I expect to be heard by other people, Jane. Lord knows I've had my good intentions thrown back in my face often enough.
Answer the question, Nan.
But to be stabbed in the back by my own flesh and blood.
I'm giving you a chance to explain. Now, I've got to decide what to do about this.
Well, of course, dear, there's an explanation. It's obvious. This journalist wants information. So, of course, he'd write to anyone who knew anything about Paul, wouldn't he? I mean, it's not as if I'd written to him, is it, dear?
So if I asked everyone else, they'd all have letters too?
Yes, well, they might, and, well, who's to say that they'd admit it, even if you did ask them?
There's an easy way to settle this. We'll just go home and open your letter together.
No. It's a matter of principle, Jane. And I'm shocked that you'd even suggest that you should read my mail.
Only a handful of people could have given that story about Susan to Mr. Morris. Now, Paul's been very good about it, even though he knows it could ruin his career. He employs me, Nan. That means he trusts me. Now, I've got to tell him about that letter.
But he could jump to conclusions. I might lose my housekeeping job.
Paul could lose everything. Why did you do it, Nan?
Well, he made it sound so straightforward. He said...
So you did do it.
Oh, Jane, you mustn't say anything. You mustn't. You're my granddaughter. What good will it do now? If Paul knows it was me, it won't change anything. And if I had another chance, I'd never talk to that man. But it's done now, isn't it? Well, isn't it?
Oh, Jane, has there been any phone calls for me?
No.
Okay. Is everything all right?
Oh, thank you, dear.
If that article goes to print, I'll have to tell him.
But why? What difference will it make?
Can't take his money and hide the truth from him.
But he might sack you.
Yeah, I thought of that. And I wish you had before you did all this.
Oh, stuff and nonsense. Spilt milk, Jane. Silence is golden. Oh, you'll feel better about it after you've had time to think. And please don't be late for dinner. Mr. Bishop is a punctual man.
Mind am I join you?
Not at all.
I've still got a couple of hours labouring work if you're still interested.
Great. I was hoping you hadn't forgotten. Need cash. You against a bloke having a bet, Mr. Robinson?
No, not at all. I hunt occasionally myself, then I wouldn't rely on racehorses if I wanted money in a hurry, though.
That's for sure. Got to find some way to pay Mum back, though.
My partner owns a couple of racehorses.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's got one racing today. Mind you, he spends more time crying into his beer than he does cracking champagne.
Which race? Your partner's horse?
Oh, fifth. Nightshade, isn't he? Nightshade?
15-1. Good odds. I fancied the top weight in that. Did he tip it to you?
Well, he said it was worth a bet either way, but that's a standard line.
Madge, have I had a stroke of luck?
Oh, really?
Yes, I've solved my accommodation problem.
Oh, good for you.
I'm boarding at Mrs Mangel's. You don't look surprised.
Oh, well, I had heard something to that effect. It's a very small neighbourhood, you know.
And you don't think it's a good idea?
Oh, it doesn't matter what I think, Harold. It's what you think that counts. It's your decision.
Yeah, no, I think I've made the right one, too. She's a very stable woman. No nonsense. I would imagine her cooking will be up to scratch, too.
Yes, so they say.
Well, it's just my cup of tea, the whole setup. Yes, well, I've got to go and check out and move my things in, so I'll call in later if I get a chance.
Don't strain yourself.
Tell me, what makes these paintings so much better than those?
Hey, take your grubby little hands off that. That's the prize of the bunch. You know, if I'm lucky, I might get as much as $800 for that.
$800?
If I'm lucky. Bill and I were married in that church. But to answer your question, some of my earlier paintings weren't much good. No style. And canvas costs the earth, so I can paint over them. Anyway, no more browsing. I want things left just as they are. The rejects in that box on the left and the good stuff here in the box on the right.
Well, that's the rental and property figures done.
Right, now feed in the additional investment information. We should be able to work out a projected profit margin from there.
Well, that won't be exact. A lot of the investments are overseas and, well, the Australian dollar going up and down.
It will be a provisional figure. I'm aware of that, Jane. Now just do as I say, will you? Look, when I need a high school economics lecture, I'll ask for one. Oh, I'm sorry, Jane, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Nan hasn't been upsetting you again, has she?
No, why? Daniels Corporation, Paul Robinson speaking. Yeah? Yes, our office still stands. You do? Great. Well, there's no reason we shouldn't get the paperwork to you this afternoon. Fine. It's a pleasure doing business with you. You're beauty!
Good news?
Good news? What an understatement. Those guys have just agreed to sell us Disclosure magazine. That means we can kill the article.
Oh, Paul, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Listen, you start typing up a standard sale of business contract. I'll work out the special conditions and figures. I want to get their signatures on this before they change their mind.
Now, there are some house rules, as I'm sure you'll appreciate.
Good.
Oh, please, sit down. Now, visitors. I would prefer 24 hours notice.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not tolerate alcohol or parties. Silence is golden after 10 o'clock at night, which is my bedtime. And there is the bathroom.
Yes?
If you could observe all the proprieties, please, Mr. Bishop. My granddaughter is young and very impressionable.
Of course, Mrs. Mangel, of course.
Well, I've had my little say,
I do like rules, regularity. My routine is very important to me.
Oh.
Now, I am a vegetarian, so no animal fats in the cooking, if that's all right.
Certainly.
Good. And fresh fruit juice each morning, apple, orange, carrot, tomato. I find that variety is the spice of life.
Fresh juice.
And I would like my meals cooked at precisely the same time each day, breakfast and dinner. Of course, I'll prepare my own lunch while I'm not working, but as soon as I start, well, naturally, I expect it packed and ready for when I leave.
A cut lunch, yes.
Ah. Now, you will find that I'm very tolerant of young people, Mrs. Mangel. And I'm sure your granddaughter will not invade the house with her friends while I'm here. But if she must play loud music, well, headphones are an excellent device. Personally, my taste lean toward the classics.
I'll tell Jane.
Excellent. Well, I think everything will work out very nicely. Of course, Madge did offer me accommodation, but you know how people gossip. I had to refuse.
Oh, very wise, especially with that son of hers in the house. And I'm sure that a respectable man like yourself wouldn't want to be seen consorting with known criminals.
Oh, that's great. Top job, Henry. I'm giving Lucy a ride to the airport. I can give you a lift if you're going home.
Thanks. Beats walking.
Oh, paydays are Thursdays, but I've organised for you to pick yours up now.
Great. Just as well. I'm broke. Broke your partner's horse, didn't I?
Well, I wanted you to stay away from the ponies. Look, I'm sorry if you think I gave you a bad tip.
I'm not blaming you. Remember what I said at the pub? That I fancied the top weight? Won by 5 lengths. 10-1. Always jumping the wrong way. Story of my life.
Lucy! No, she has got a kitchen sink in this one.
Dad, Grandma let me take my ball.
Well, I agree with her, darling.
Oh, but Dad...
Oh, I bet you'd take every piece of junk you owned if you could.
It's not junk. And you dare mess up anything in my room while I'm gone.
Hey, what do you reckon, Dad? We have a big clear out. Maybe a bonfire in the
You
backyard.
do and I'll
or something
pulverise
like that.
you.
Pulverise,
Let's
hey?
have some peace.
Oh. Go on,
Why
Munchkin.
can't this family do anything calmly and sanely?
I'm going to get back to the office, eh? Now listen, you say hello to Jack and Andrea and Bradley for me, won't you?
Yep.
Be good.
Into the car. Come on.
Rosemary, thanks for swinging that deal for me. Well, you really did save my neck.
Yes, it wasn't easy. I had to agree to give Morris a job with the publicity department in New York.
What?
Took considerable talent to get you over a barrel like that. I never waste talent, which is why I saved your neck. Think about getting married, Paul. It's the one asset you lack at the moment, a clever wife.
Thanks. I'll put that in my diary. Is there any other orders?
You could wish your aunt a pleasant flight. Okay.
Yeah, have a good one.
I will.
Why the cavalcade, Jim?
I'm exporting my daughter.
Your visits are very special. Let's hope the next one's happier.
Yes. But we survived none.
Madge, I have to admit, I was flabbergasted. That household is 1 in a million. I expected something adequate, but impressed is not the word.
You think it'll do, then?
Absolutely. I don't really know the granddaughter yet, but Mrs Mangel strikes me as the kind of person who would know how to control young people. She is a remarkable woman.
Yes. Sometimes I can't find words to describe her myself.
Oh, well, she's certainly a gem.
Mum, kettle's boiling.
Oh. Make yourself comfortable, Harold.
Oh, right.
Kettle's not boiling.
I'm rescuing you. I could hear your teeth grinding.
Oh, if he'd said one more nice thing about Nell Mangel, I would have clocked him. Her house is so clean. He's probably in there checking my mantelpiece for dust.
Look on the bright side. After a couple of weeks with the Wicked Witch from the West, we'll be back over this side of the rainbow at 100 miles an hour. This joint will look like paradise.
And he likes peace and quiet, Jane. You can manage to use headphones, can't you? And, well, you should appreciate regular meal times now that you're working.
With the money you're getting from Mr Bishop and the money that journalist paid you, you won't be counting so much on your job with Paul, will you? It's all right, you're off the hook. The article won't be published.
Oh, thank heavens for that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really have told him, would you? I mean, not really.
I suppose not. I just hope that you've learnt your lesson.
Now, just a second, young lady. Whichever way you choose to twist it, I only told the truth.
You'll never change, will you? Well, I've heard your house rules and I've heard Mr Bishop's house rules. Now you can hear one of mine. Don't you ever ask me about what I do at the office because I won't tell you. I just can't trust you anymore, Nan.
Gran, what time's dinner?
I'm in half an hour.
Oh, well, here I come.
Ah, that's what I like to hear.
Well, I'm not going back a third time.
For heaven's sake, Jim, you didn't force Henry to put his money on that horse.
I know. I can't help feeling guilty about it.
So now you want to farm off my old paintings to salve your conscience.
Paul said Henry thinks he can sell them. Now, that's initiative. I think we should encourage it. Besides, you're just going to paint over them, so you can't lose either way. Think about it.
Afternoon, Mrs Daniels.
Oh, Henry. Oh, Henry, word is out that you think you can sell some of my old paintings.
I'd like to give it a go.
I'll tell you what. You give it a whirl and we'll go halves. Fair enough?
You bet.
Hi, Mrs Daniels.
Hi.
Lucy, get away okay?
Yes, we're all exhausted. Henry, they're in the garage, the box on the left. Don't touch the box on the right under any circumstances.
Got it. Thanks. How's your new boarder?
Don't ask. Sounds like you got yourself a job.
Yeah, come and take a butcher's. You are now looking at an art dealer.
Well, how do you think you're going to sell them?
Oh, door to door, I guess.
Now remember, she said not to touch the one on the right.
This is terrific. Imagine wanting to paint over something this good.
She must be a perfectionist. Artists are like that.
I reckon I can get heaps for this. $50 at least.